So as promised, this is my video that I said I would do. I'm just talking on my decision to remove my breast implants and like the kind of information that I have been looking into, and the knowledge that I've been gaining into breast implant illness, and what kind of led me to making the decision to remove my implants in 4 weeks. Excuse the fact that I look like I just woke up, because I did. But I am outside in the middle of nowhere, and I figured this would be the perfect spot. So, going into it, as I shared on my post, I am going to be explanting, which means removing my breast implants, and also having the capsule that the body creates around the implants removed, and having the remaining tissue removed that could potentially hold any of the toxic silicone byproduct, basically. And that's called a capsulectomy. I'm having this done on the 4th of May, so that is literally 4 weeks today. And I mean, for me, it was a no-brainer. And it was a decision that I intuitively knew was the right decision for me. I think when you start to listen to your body more, you become so much more aware of what feels right and what doesn't feel right, and the signals that the body's trying to send you. And I mean, I've always been somebody who's been but more in tune with what makes me feel good within my body. And I guess at the time when I decided to have implants put in, I was in a very different place in my life to where I am now, and I've gained so much more insight into how you tune into listening to your body over the past few months. And so where I am now in life, it's just like my body is screaming at me that something is not right. But taking it back, so I had my implants put in the 3rd of March 2021, and my main reason for doing that was because I was already going for an operation. I was already going under to have my stomach muscles repaired and my diastasis recti condition repaired. And because I was already going under and having that operation done, I guess I felt like, having my breasts done was something that I thought I would want to do at some point in life. And because I was already going under, I figured I'd rather do it all at the same time, as opposed to having one operation done, going under once, and then potentially going under for a second time. For that reason, because I was already having an operation, I felt it was right for me to have it done at the same time. And I guess the real kind of deciding factor for that was also because, I did feel super unconfident in my body. And this is something that, I kind of touch on quite regularly, and how I felt that immense pressure within myself after having 2 kids, and, my body completely changing. And as a woman, it's like you can quite easily get caught up in in the, you know, the ego which wants to tell you, you need to look perfect, you know, you need to snap back, you need to look like the models on Instagram that have a baby and the next day are out and they've got a flat stomach and they've got nice perky boobs. So yeah, it is hard for us as females and mothers to find that confidence again once we've had kids. And for me, I did lose a lot of my confidence, and I wasn't happy with, you know, the fact that I had lost a lot of breast tissue, and yeah, I didn't feel confident in my body basically. And for me, having breast implants, I guess, meant that, you know, I would gain that confidence back. I would be happy in my body would be in proportion again. I'd be able to fit into clothes that I would have worn before I had kids. I would have been able to go on holiday and feel confident in a bikini again. All of these little things which at the time meant so much to me, but looking back it's like, why did I ever think that looking good in a bikini would make me feel better, or would make me feel, you know, any more of an amazing person that I already know that I am. And I guess that, you know, that's when it comes down to true self-love and, you know, that inner work. But that's a whole nother subject. So yeah, so that was like my decision behind having the implants. And like I said, I had them done March last year. And it wasn't until, I would say, 5.5 months post-op that I started noticing that my body just didn't feel like how it felt prior to having the implants put in. And it started with a lot of weight loss. I mean, I'm quite slim, I'm petite, and I've never weighed a lot, but I was gradually losing weight for no reason. And I was losing weight at a rate that started to concern me, I guess. So yeah, so when that started happening, I went to my surgeon. I had a post-op appointment, and, you know, I'd said that I'd noticed that I was losing weight, and, you know, something, I just didn't feel right. I felt off. Something within me just felt off. And, you know, he said, physically you're fine, your implants are fine, you're good. I went away, and over the course of the past kind of 7-8 months, you know, I was noticing more symptoms. I was noticing that my hair was really thin, and I was losing like clumps of hair. When I say clumps, I was washing my hair and it was literally just like in my hand. I would take it out of the comb and it was just like in my hand. It was, yeah, it's disgusting. So I was losing hair. I noticed that I was trying to think, how can I forget this symptom? My cognitive ability has been declining, and, you know, I've had memory loss, or I have memory loss, shall I say. I struggle to concentrate. I forget the most simplest things, and I think that's one of the symptoms that I've really been struggling with, and that has made me feel like an 80-year-old woman. I can be talking and somebody will say something to me, and 5 minutes later I've completely forgot the main point of what we were talking about, or I've forgotten what I was going into the kitchen to get, or I'm driving and I'm going somewhere and I'm halfway down the road, I've forgotten why I'm even driving there. It's crazy, it's insane. I've struggled with insomnia. I've struggled with waking up in the middle of the night with night sweats. I've experienced intense, and when I say intense, like really, 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 really bad anxiety. And for me, it's hard because I've never experienced anxiety like this in my life before, like ever. And I guess, you know, it's kind of forced me to look at other avenues as to why potentially I'm experiencing the anxiety. But when it gets to the point of I literally can feel my body just constantly shaking, and just the inside of me is just vibrating, and not in a nice way, like in a concerning, I don't like this feeling within me. Depression, like extreme bouts of depression, that kind of started gradually, and then I guess kind of hit me full force. I've had moments of which is difficult for me, moments of just really just feeling like my body is just completely shutting down on me. I've had pain within like the right side of my chest. I've woken up on countless occasions with burning in my chest. I've had symptoms of pressure and ringing in my ears. And that's just a few of them. Like, there is a list of almost 50 symptoms related to breast implant illness, and over the past however many months I have noted at least 22 of these symptoms that I've been experiencing. And when you just feel like something is not right, and you start delving into why you're feeling like this, it's hard to ignore the signals. It's hard to ignore the research out there. It's hard to ignore the hundreds and thousands of other women that are reporting the same symptoms that you're experiencing, and the one thing that you all have in common are silicone breast implants. So for me, the decision to choose my health and my sanity in some ways over looking good and the external look, yeah, it was just a no-brainer. And like I said in my post, I went to see my original surgeon, who basically said, it's all in your head, go and seek some counselling, and if you still feel off, come back. Which wasn't right for me. Like, I came away crying because I just felt like he had just shut me down, told me that I'm making it all up and that there's no such thing and it's not your implants. But the person that I am, like, okay, cool, that's your opinion, but I know my body and I know something's off. So therefore, that led me to seeking advice from another surgeon, who I am so grateful for finding. Like, I am so thankful that I came across her, and I just knew the minute I sat in that office and I spoke to her and I told her how I was feeling, and I was telling her that I just know within my body that something doesn't feel right, and when I shared with her what I'd been going through, and she looked at me and she was like, you are well within your rights to believe that your body is telling you it's sick. And she sympathized and she listened and she understood, and she may not have said, yes, what you're dealing with or what you're going through is breast implant illness, and she didn't say, I know that this is the case, and she didn't say that she necessarily knows scientifically that that is the reason, but she gave me enough support to feel comfortable in what I was sharing with her. She showed compassion, she showed understanding, and she allowed me to feel like, yeah, she believed in what I was feeling. And yeah, I came away from that appointment like, I found somebody who actually listens and who actually wants to acknowledge that, yeah, okay, something's wrong, something isn't right, and you need to do something about it. And yeah, she's the one who's going to be removing my implants for me and helping me to, you know, take that power back for myself within my body. And it's not been easy. It's like, it's a scary decision to make, to have to decide to go back into surgery and have a major operation. And when I sit and think about it, it scares the life out of me. But at the same time, I know it is the right decision, and I know that when it comes to your health, like, your health should always come first. And for me, I've gone through so much scary moments and enough horrible symptoms to force me into choosing my health, not only for myself but for my kids as well. Like, I have had days where I feel like I'm not even, like, I generally cannot even survive the whole day without these random symptoms coming, and it makes me feel like I am not able at times to be the parent that I need to be for my kids. And I guess being here for my kids and being able to live healthily is important. It's so important. Oh my God, it's so important. So yeah. I just know that for me, life has handed me experiences, and it's like everybody, like, life will give us experiences in order for us to learn, to grow, and to find our way back to the person that we are, you know, under all of the external distractions, under all of the layers of trying to look a certain way, or trying to be a certain way, or trying to, you know, live up to other people's expectations. And I definitely believe that this was an experience that I had to go through in order to really connect back to my true self, and to connect back to finding some sort of love for myself again, and the love for my body. And I just know that where I am in life today, you know, has allowed me to see that I'm still completely whole without implants, or, you know, without the most perfect boobs, or I'm still whole naturally. And that's something that I am every day continually learning and, you know, growing that self-love. And in some ways, if I knew and felt all of this back then, there's no way I would have decided to have these implants put in. But again, life gives us experiences to teach us lessons. So yeah, that's my little video. And I probably will share more nearer the time or afterwards. I just know that 4 weeks cannot come soon enough, and yeah, it's just time to start healing from the inside. I'm really learning to fully love myself again.